Hello. Good afternoon. My goodness, it's not even evening. Good afternoon. Just Jason Keto is here and waiting. Good day, everyone. Hello, Jason. How are you? Bit cool down here today. The last 2 days, it was in the 80s, sunshiny, laid out, got a little bit of color on me, real color, natural color, not sunbed tanning, but the real McCoy. So I enjoyed it. Today, not so much. I don't even think it's 60 degrees outside, but unlike Spanky from Vulcan, Canada, he had snow yesterday. So I don't know if you had snow where you live, Jason. Spanky, he could not golf yesterday because you can't get the golf carts out there. Of course, messing up the new lawn, the turf, etc., etc. So, did anybody catch my Facebook video today about risky? It was hard. I'm trying to use AI in a positive way and helping me with some thumbnails. It's hard to ask the AI, artificial, to do a picture of me or a likeness of me. Sometimes I have the natural curl. Today I didn't do diddly squat to it. Nothing. I have the natural curl going. If you've seen the videos where I have the rollers going, real rollers in my hair, like from back in the old days, those rollers, I'll put those in my hair, just a different vibe. I feel as though back in my day, 60s, they used to have this doll head. It was maybe almost as big as my real head, maybe. And you could style the doll's head. You could put makeup on the doll's head, all the things that little girls do because they want to mirror or be like their mom. You could do the hair. I think beauticians still do that now. They have the mock ups of wigs and where they can cut it, they can set it in rollers, they can set it in perms, do all the girly, cutesy things, of course, that beauticians have to do in their career if they don't have a real live person to be able to putz with their hair. And this weekend, I did the same thing. I did these not peel and place stickers, fake nails. Let me grab a packet here. It was either to throw these red ones on. It's all it is glue. You affix the glue, paint it on a glue the nail part, and then hold it on for 30 seconds or a minute, press it, and it's supposed to stay. The shelf life, they say, of these, or the longevity of these, is supposed to be 2 weeks. Hard to see these. These look more natural. If you can see from the back sides, they're not long nails, they're not claws. Here, they look like maybe they're longer than what they appear, but this is the reality compared to my real nail. I didn't file, buff, do any of that stuff. I just let it go. So I feel as though I'm back in the 60s doing all the girly things right now. Let me set up my YouTube. It says that I have one person watching. I want to make sure my volume is down so I can be able to read some of the comments as they come along. Oh, I can make my comments bigger on my screen. I have a touch screen. I don't necessarily need to see myself. However, I think I need to see the chat. So, hi, Anna. How are you? Anna says, hi, Jerry. Do you remember the porcelain flower pots that were actually ladies in full makeup? My grandma had one. It was awesome. I do not. I do not remember those. What part of the country do you live in, Jiffy? I'm from Wisconsin. And I can honestly tell you, I don't even remember. I'm trying to think about all the things. We had the porcelain dolls. Boy, I'm trying to go back and recall that. I surely do not remember. No, I don't. You're going to have to refresh my memory. Porcelain flower pots. I remember I had the Easy Bake Oven, the Susie Homemaker, the blender, the mixer, all those household cooking things because I enjoyed doing the cooking stuff like my grandma. Originally, she's from Louisiana, but you can Google them. I will do that. I will Google that. You know what? I can do that right now. Let me make my screen smaller. They are collectibles now. Interesting. Let me ask my AI. Turn that off. Whoopsie daisy. Hey, Google. Can you show me pictures of the porcelain flower pots? Oh, that didn't work. Look what it showed me. Literal porcelain flower pots. I'm going to try this again. Hey, Google. Can you show me pictures of the porcelain flower pots that were actually ladies in full makeup? I'll try that. Hi, Ricky. Vintage porcelain head lady planters makeup. And they're on eBay. Now, this picture, I don't believe, does any justice. Check this out, Anna. No. So I will definitely check that out later. Thank you very much for putting that bug in my ear. I'm interested in seeing what they look like. Hello, Ricky. How are you, sir? I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Okay, Anna clarified it that it's called Vintage Porcelain Lady Flower Planter. Hey, Google, can you show me a picture of the Vintage Porcelain Lady Flower Planter? Okay. Here we go. What do you think, Anna? This is what AI just gave me. I remember my grandma having those. That I definitely remember having those. I will look into that. And Patricia is here. Greetings, Patricia. Hello. How are you today? And Anna says, yes, that's it. So cool. Excellent. Thank you so much. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. And I think making my adjust my screen just a wee tad bit. I want to be able to keep my microphone handy if I need to click on it to be able to mute it. Sneezing happens, slurping happens. The chink of the ice in the cup. So, as I was starting off earlier, I was saying that Patricia says she is good. Yes, you are. Thank you very much for sending me that video, Patricia. I appreciated the song. I truly do. Thank you so much. The thumbnail that I put down on this video, this live, it was, I'm just testing it. I'm testing AI. AI does not do too well with giving me pictures when I tell it to show me a 65-year-old woman having coffee with friends and talking about chit chat like the thumbnail was yesterday. Does not even look like me. I don't use any filters. What you see is what you get. And I think that's what makes my channel a wee bit unique. I enjoy talking with everybody, collaborating with everybody. The friendships that we're building here on Facebook. I'm not a big channel because right now what my competition is Carnivore Sunday School, and that's fine. I enjoy watching that later. So people that are really into the sciencey aspect, the big interviewing, the carnivore true diehards, they're over there. Us social butterflies, well, we're over here talking to crazy old Jerry in Wisconsin in the middle of her basement next to a Christmas tree. It doesn't get any better than that. As I did last week, I had taken notes down just during the course of the week about stuff. And yesterday in the live, oh, so much stuff happened. I invite people up on to do chitting and chatting and being able to catch up with people. I did the interview the weekend, the first start of the month with my niece Danielle, because she is in charge of and I'm being very careful to say the S word, not to say the S word, a division in Wisconsin that is cognizant of being sensitive to people that may unalive themselves. If you know, you know, without saying the S word. So I had said that I want to donate all of my monthly proceeds, whatever YouTube gives me. YouTube will pay out at $100. At the $100 mark, then they'll issue you out a check. So YouTube really just pays pennies on the dollar. Whoever is in this app, in this like Facebook, like Instagram, all the apps, TikTok. I don't do TikTok. That think that they're going to be rich doing it. I don't think that's the case for me. It's a matter of socialization. I get to enjoy being with you every day. Whenever I drive, I can't look at the chat and read it. On the weekend, however, that I can do. Okay, let me catch up with a little bit more. I want to be able to engage more in the chat. So I'm going to go back and forth as I talk. Anna says, yes, she had the one that had just the head. Who knows? My grandmother was one of a kind. She'd make all kinds of things out of other stuff. LOL. My mom did too. My mom used to make wrought iron looking things out of cans that she would fashion and cut and then twist to appear as though it was wrought iron, but in reality, all it was a tin can that she'd make as a hot pad on the table. Elevated tin can. She spray painted. It was a different time back then. They made their own toys back in my mom's time. And here's our social butterfly from the UK. Hi, lady. Good afternoon to you. Or good evening. It's 6 o'clock, after 6 o'clock your time. I know. I'm learning. You guys are 6 hours ahead of us in the UK. Easy, easy, especially if I'm on at 12 noon. I know you're at 6. I have a hard time with the other part of the clock. Hey, Michael, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me thumbs up, which reminds me, Michael, we need to talk. I am a wee bit confused, folks, insofar as I talked about this a little bit ago. As so far as monetization is concerned, I am looking to be able to donate my funds that I get, the whatever the dollars I get on YouTube towards the unliving. I don't know. It's so hard because you can't say the word with YouTube. It starts with the letter S. Division that my niece is in charge of, prevention. Okay, I think you understand. And if you watched the last 2 weeks ago, you understand for sure. So YouTube pays at the $100 point. Now, what I don't understand is there's a circle with a dollar sign on YouTube. And when there is no green circle with the dollar sign and they have the circle with the slash mark through, as though a stop. We've all seen it, the circle with the slash through, meaning no. And it's not green. That, I think the YouTube gods, small g, not capital G, are telling me I'm not getting monetized for those videos, and I don't know what I did wrong. So I'm trying to figure it out. So hopefully, Michael, you can help me. I am willing to pay you. I am not looking for anything free. I look at it this way. I'm charging for coaching for people because I am a certified health coach. I'm not a doctor, and this channel doesn't provide medical advice. However, I do individual coaching like Juliet, like Amy, like George, like Lainey, all of us that graduated from our certification in the Dr. Kiltz course. With that being said, I know Michael is far more advanced in the YouTube realm than I. So I need to work that bug out and find out, what did I do wrong? How can I nip it in the bud so I can make money this month to send to my niece's cause, a worthy cause, the being able to prevent people from thinking about or ultimately performing the unaliving part. You know what I mean. Okay, Lainey says here, George is in his office doing Sunday school. Yes, that's right. And and Lainey's in the breakfast room with you. That sounds lovely. I can just see you there sitting perfectly as the Lady Lainey that I call you, with your little china cup of spot of tea. I'm not mocking you. I love you. I adore you. Just sitting there listening to me. And now you're giggling, listening to what I just said. Patricia says, I remember the Tin Trinity. You could find them at swap meets and garage sales. It was a creative outlet that people could do and make extra money. Fabulous. Yes, that's it. And my mom was just artsy, craftsy, very creative with really nothing, with garbage, if you will. They made their own toys and things back during the Depression. They had to make their own fun. And that's exactly what the type of mother I had. My mother was born in 2021. My father was born in 1919. You all do the math. They'd be over 100 years old if they were living now. Michael says here, send me a text. I was waiting for you to send me your address, so I will send you a text with pictures. And if you can help me, tell me how I can fix that, Michael. I appreciate it. Lainey says she spent some time today with her best friend who has just been diagnosed, oh my Lanza, with terminal cancer. It's going to be an emotional journey, but I will help as much as I can. I know you will. You have gone through it, and cancer is evil. As you all know, my mother had died from colon cancer. She lived as much as she could. I believe it was her will that forced her life until she ultimately died at 69. Now, I have, since I am 65, I have outlived the calendar, the number that my mother was diagnosed with having cancer. And I can attribute it to my starting out as a keto diet, ultimately now doing carnivore, healing my body, trying my best not to get that evil, wicked cancer, the burning that she went through. You guys all know all the things. I wanted to depict on the thumbnail some risky behaviors, some risky things. If you saw my Facebook, I did a little mini movie, if you will, not even a minute long, about riskiness. And of course, I think I'm very good with the filters that I have and trying to keep out people, but it's the system that fails me. Especially me, I'm not as savvy as a lot of people. So some people said, oh, great. She's going to talk about alcohol and not to drink and holier than thou, little girl on Sunday. Listen, like I said yesterday, one of the people in the chat had mentioned, I really don't want to tell all the stories because there's so much time to be able to say all the stories of my life. But sometimes people may construe, somebody brought this up in the chat yesterday, that they don't talk about their marriage or they don't talk about their spouse. I do. And it's not, it's not as though I'm speaking of my spouse, or even yesterday I talked about my ex-husband. I'll talk about that in a minute. It's not that I'm speaking about my spouse to say, oh, poor little Jerry, have sympathy on her. She's going through a hard time. Isn't her husband an ASS, a dollar sign, dollar sign? I love Jerry. Why is she being treated this way? No, because I'm sure he has colorful things to say about me too. If you know, you know. I work 12-hour days. You think I'd come home and grab that vacuum cleaner right away all the time? No, I don't. Sometimes I open up the door and the German Shepherd fur flows through the house. If you know, you know. It is what it is. So I will talk about my spouse, but I consider y'all to be friends. I have just a few. I have 7 people on right now. How many people are going to review this or catch it later on a replay? Few and far in between. Or they may go fast and miss a lot of the story or catch bits and pieces of my stories because, as we know, I have a tendency to have squirrel moments and go on and on and on. So yesterday, for a brief moment, I mentioned my ex-husband. He was an alcoholic. During the course of my week, I have been taking down notes. Of course, you guys know this. I read the Bible. And for those of you that know, this is where my meat stick was primarily, in the book of Corinthians, the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians. The meat stick is a thing in my house. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Hey, Granny Southern Corner is here. Hi, Granny. Lainey, my advice, wife unsolicited, is to enjoy your friendship as much as you can. Embrace the moment as much as you can with each other. Granny Words of Wisdom. I adore her channel too. I didn't spend a lot of time this week on the visual aspect of YouTube. The listening aspect, yeah, definitely. A lot of listening and learning for me. Lainey is saying that she's supporting her husband as well. He's disabled and has a fantastic sense of humor. So we had a tear and laugh today. That really helps. Really helps. Do you remember cutting out paper dolls out of the McCall monthly magazines? Yes, I do. I do. And my mother's, those dolls that she saved in her hope chest, which I still have. Not the dolls, I have the hope chest. You could buy the books like coloring books, but paper dolls with outfits. Absolutely remember that. And getting my mother's too. Jerry, life's too short to worry about bloody vacuum. Yeah, grab all the fun you can. And sometimes what I have to do is, lady, hands, plural to God. Sometimes you have to grab the fur and not get the vacuum out. Just saying. These are good vacuums for the time being. I hate living in this sandy, I shouldn't say I hate living here. God has blessed me with this house. Thank you, Lord. But the sand, the sand and the paws and the feet, it's a thing. It's a real thing. Sorry, as I was typing, you guys, I went on a sorry, as I was typing, you guys went on a serious topic. That's okay. That's quite all right. I have notes from the whole week. I will go on this live as long as anybody's willing to listen. I have just notes of the week. I want to be able to spend more time in the chit chat and not just breeze over stuff or just blow the chat on board. Granny, we certainly will be. Excellent. Michael, thank you. Mwah. Sent me a text. I appreciate you. Hey, there's retired Rick Carnivore. Hey, Rick, thank you so much. I'm going to tell you, Rick is phenomenal with hyping me. He's the first person that ever told me that he had hyped me. I didn't know if I was hype worthy. So thank you very much. Hype, when you put a comment down on YouTube, type in a comment, the screen slides over, or you can actually slide the screen over, and it goes to a hype, HYPE. And if you hit that hype button, you can send me hype points. It costs absolutely nothing. It does not cost any money. Subscribing to my channel doesn't cost any money. I leave this open for everybody. Thank the Lord I have moderators, because if a nasty person comes on and starts doing shenanigans, lady's going to zap them. You're gone. And that's cool. I trust her judgment. For example, amongst the other moderators, Just Jason Keto is asking, how is everyone today? We're fabulous here in Wisconsin. Cool. Hence the I don't wear the hood. I'm not hoodie. The hooded. What do I look like? Quasimodo. I'm Quasimodo. I just threw on this hooded sweatshirt just because it was readily available. Lainey says she remembers the dolls. They sew a child's sweatshirt now with a Velcro doll. Wait a minute. They sew a child's sweatshirt now with a Velcro doll on the front, and you can change her clothes and shoes. What? The stuff that they have, technology. Tuber chat is on in 2 hours, and I can ask Kevin anything too. Okay, I will do that. Hopefully I'll be done in 2 hours. I hope. But he goes on longer, so I will ask him that as well. Everybody saying hello. I just touched the hellos. Finally warming up here. Excellent. Like I said earlier, Jason, Spanky, I don't know. Spanky lives in Vulcan, so I don't know where Vulcan is in comparison to you. He had snow yesterday, and he couldn't golf because he couldn't destroy the golf course and ride the golf carts in the snow and wetness and all that. But Vulcan, Canada, snow. Yes, indeed. So I have the notepads, like the sticky things we all have in our houses at work, et cetera, et cetera. So when I'm at work and I have a thought, I put them on the stickies and then I come home to the book and then I write out whatever my memory was reading that sticky note. So I wanted to talk about risky behaviors. The drunkenness came to fruition when I divulged to you guys yesterday in the live that my ex-husband was a drunk. I got the telephone call from the Milwaukee County Police Department that someone did a wellness check on him and they called me. Not that I'm a suspect 350 miles away, but they called me and I was surprised but not shocked because he had a serious bad addiction with alcohol and it affected our marriage so much to the point is in our marriage as a Catholic, we were always taught divorce is never an option. Once you get married, that's the way it was. That's what we were taught by the Monsignor, which is an elevated priest. So I put up with a lot of stuff because I had to. I thought that until one realizes that it's not your fault. So because he had the drinking problem, it wasn't my fault. I remained loyal and faithful until the marriage bed became defiled is the proper word, I gather. And once he, ex-husband, crossed that line, the marriage was broken at that point. Another individual came into the picture that ruined our marriage. So the alcoholism, albeit marriage breaker, a deal breaker, pardon me, being a deal breaker, did not cause my divorce. My divorce was caused because he slept with another woman. And in my mind, ethically and in accordance with the Bible, that was a no-no. And I got a divorce then. Let's catch up. Let's do a little catch up here. I'm still trying to adjust. I'm on Jerry's time now. Oh, Central Standard. Okay, excellent. That's on the other side of the country in Alberta. It happens all the time out there. Usually melts away the same day. That's what I took it, how I understood it as well, because they said the golf carts would ruin, of course, the grass. Deborah also has snow today. She showed pictures. Wow. I was on a couple of the chats today. Jason, I just read Jason's name. Justin, his chat, and then Lance's chat today. Now everybody's over at Carnivore Sunday School with Lainey's husband right now. Time zone changes definitely take a... Yes, they do. I hear you, Jerry. Been there. I know, Patricia. Hugs, Jerry. That's an unforgivable. Absolutely. That's absolutely what I thought. And that's what the Monsignor and the priests were telling me, that was the breaking point for my marriage. God understood that. And I had to, there's so many stories I have to tell you guys. I had to wait upon the Lord. Sometimes I find that my friends, I have a lot of my friends in southeastern Wisconsin, can't wait upon the Lord. After they terminate one relationship, break up is the proper word, I guess. Let's use that word from the 70s. After they break up with their boyfriend, man friend guy, they want to find another guy right away. And now the apps make it easy. Back in the day, you would have to find a man in a bar. That was the meeting place to go to. In churches is how my husband thought. He's thought, I have to go back to church. So he grabbed the phone book and started looking for the churches that were close to him. That's how he got one of those lightning moments, come back to Jesus moments, that when he sat in church, he felt the weight of the world come off of him. I didn't have that moment in their life, in my life. Some people have those come to Jesus moments when they come back to the church and everything is, they hear it and they see angels. You know, you get the picture. We've all seen that picture as we're told from other people that have had the conversion moment. But I say you need to wait upon the Lord. You have to, even if your marriage was bad, and even if I can say, oh, Jack left his dirty socks all over the floor again today, and Jerry's lambasting Jack on YouTube. Hold the phone. I'm just venting. I'm just getting it off my chest. Okay, I feel better. Now I'm going to go pick up those socks off the floor and throw them in the laundry, throw them in the machine. That's like when Jack said to me on day 5 after my hip surgery, go get a hotel to live in. I'm sure I was unbearable 5 days after my surgery. He made the comment, threw me for a loop. What do you mean? Go find a hotel? What, are you crazy? I'm here. Having just had back surgery. Are you insane? What is wrong with you? So you know what happened after I got healed and started getting better, started doing driving pad walks with the walker back and forth, started going back to work. He brings home a dog from the Humane Society. Ladybug is our German Shepherd primary first dog. I was fine with Ladybug. When he brought home this teddy bear look-alike German Shepherd, I think she's mixed with a Corgi and a German Shepherd. My friend Wendy knows the specific dog breed, and I defer to her to give me that because I didn't write it down. This dog comes barreling at me, barking in the middle of the night, and she cries, and she's not in pain. She's fed. She's, in my opinion, overfed. She just squeaks all the time, hence the name Squeaky. That's what we call her, Squeaky. So I'm like, isn't that a payback? He wanted me to find a hotel after me whining and crying, in pain after hip surgery, day 5, post-op. He gets a dog that needs and whines and cries every day. God just came right back, didn't he? Wham! Here's your dog. Here's your dog. Tell the dog to go to a hotel now. I giggle. Fun. It's all fun. It's good to talk. It really is. And yesterday when Kelly spoke, Kelly spoke because the Spirit moved him to speak. I didn't prompt him. I felt as though, we shouldn't be looking. We shouldn't be talking about this. We can't talk about this. Oh my goodness. But he needed to do, and he needed to say, because if he or me or anybody is uncomfortable, they can say, I can say in my videos, I can say, listen, I'm uncomfortable talking about this. Like I said 5 minutes ago, I have so many stories to be able to say to the now 8 people that are listening. I can't spill out my guts of 65 years of things that have happened to me, I'll get you dribs and drabs, bits and pieces of story. I too, Delaney says, I love Kelly's talk yesterday and he needed to talk. Absolutely. And we as friends need to be able to support him and hold him in prayer, wrap our arms around him in prayer, our hands around him in prayer for God's will in his life. When I met Kelly, I said this yesterday, when I met him face to face, I had a piece of comfort thinking, this is a nice kid. He's probably, I don't even think he's even 50. I'm 65. Anybody younger than me is a kid. I've never met Laney. I've never met Patricia or any of you in the chat. And I'm comfortable with everybody here in calling you friend from afar. I'm comfortable with that. I cannot talk about certain subjects because YouTube would put the kibosh on that. That's what I was wondering if when I do these talks, when I speak about unaliving my niece's organization that she's involved with the prevention of, if maybe that was a hindrance for me. I'm not sure, but I have to find out what had happened and how I can start making her money to be able to send her my YouTube profits for this month. Dopamine, I have my notes here from this week. Dopamine and the dopamine hits that I got from food back in the day, that was risky business for me. I was 363 pounds. I was humongous. Today I got on the scale, I weigh 203. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. I want to be under 200 to see if I can get there. My body's resisting that right now. But that will happen. I will work it all out. It could be worse. The manufacturers today make all the things that get us hooked on. They keep those dopamine hits coming. I will enjoy a beef stick if I am in the store at Sam's Club. I'll reach for the beef sticks when I'm traveling about and those little people are handing out all those samples. And if I get triggered, I'll grab the beef stick. I'll pay for it at the cash register, but I'll rip into there right now and start eating the beef stick as I go along. I know that I have been a social drinker. I have not been an alcoholic. My ex-husband was alcoholic, but social drinking was fine. I would go to the bar and I would meet guys and I would dance and do all the things. Or some people would say you go to the bar to interview your husband. Well, that was a thing back in the day. Right now, I don't know what the name of these apps are. You can get apps for your phone to meet members of the opposite sex. They were talking about Michaela Peterson coming up with an app to MEET people that are interested in MEAT, as in the carnivore way of eating. So would anybody that's looking for a member of the opposite sex, I'm a happily married woman. Would anybody that's looking for a member of the opposite sex, we talked about this yesterday. The Bible says that you should be equally yoked. So can a Catholic live with a Lutheran? I say yes. Can a meat eater live with a vegetarian? How are they yoked insofar as their beliefs are concerned? I can cook the standard American diet. This morning I made Jack French toast. And I didn't have any sugar-free syrup, so he had sugared syrup. A little bit watered down. He thinks he got the real McCoy when I give him the sugar-free stuff, but he also likes oranges and orange juice. So, insofar as dopamine is concerned, ideally, God created the orange for us to eat for the fiber. We carnivores get it. I'm not splitting hairs about fiber right now, but the orange was created to break it, eat it, get the fiber, get your sustenance, bam, you get that dopamine hit. Technology has made it so convenient to take oranges, several of them. I have to buy oranges, as a matter of fact, to cut them in half and put them on the porch for the Orioles. They can have the dopamine hit. But what Jack wants is the orange juice with the heavy pulp. So if you get the hit from the dopamine oranges, imagine the blast you get from drinking a glass of orange juice. He's a type 2 diabetic. Carnivore girl, standard American diet husband. Mainly feed him protein and all the things. Sometimes I gotta give in despite my better judgment, but I cannot be swayed into eating the standard American diet again. I can't go and have that. No one can eat just one potato chip, because I was the type of person to get the big bag at Sam's Club, the family pack. No, the party pack of potato crisps, as Lainey would call them, and eat the whole ding dong bag of crisps. Lainey says, accountability, Jerry. True that. Lainey says, we took a new carnivore friend out yesterday. We went for a coffee, and a selection of cakes looked so yummy, but I remember how poorly I used to feel. So I looked away and said, no carbs for me. Spot on, 100%. Same here. They look beautiful. And I'm not going to discount the pastry chef that makes these beautiful creations, pastry creams and all this. I have a friend, Debbie. She's at Barbara's house. She does the crocheting with Barbara. She's a trained chef. I look to the beauty in the foods that are prepared, the beautifully twisted pasta on the plate with the basil that just, you get the visual when you see the twisted pasta and the big meatball and the artisan bread off on the side with the butter and all the things. But I look at it and go, okay, I'm going to have inflammation for at least 5 days of water weight. It's not worth it to me. My joints, my hands are going to feel like crud. Like Lainey said, it's just not worth it to me. I have a note here. Oh, I have to refer to my notes. I have to refer to my notes about what I read in my Bible about the book of from Corinth, that the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians. This is Corinthians, towards the end of the Bible, folks. It is. And in Corinth, they had a market, not unlike the markets that are today, where you can buy produce markets, you can buy eggs. I know where Lainey is, they have a lot of the markets there in England. They have the open air markets in China where you can get they pick your livestock, they will kill it and cook it for you fresh right then and there. Well, that was a part of my Bible reading this week about the town of Corinth, what Paul wrote about. And it made me think a little bit about Dr. Barry, because out in these markets, the people of Corinth, they were wondering, well, we can buy our meat here in the market, which is just normal meat, or we can buy the cheaper meat, which was killed and sacrificed up in the temple and brought down to be sold. This is a story in the Bible, in the book of Corinthians. And Paul had said that he understands you need your sustenance, you need to buy your meat, your sustenance, and you might want to get a deal by eating the sacrificed meat that was sacrificed up by the temple, and now it's for sale in the market because it's cheaper. But what if a person is offended personally by eating that meat? Do you eat the meat in front of them and rub it in their face? Just get out of my way. Here, let me eat this pork shoulder or this steak or this dove or whatever was sacrificed in the temple. Do you rub it in their face and just eat it in front of them with no regard to them? Well, Paul was saying, which made me think about Dr. Barry after I read the book of Corinth. And I invite you to read the book of Corinthians to see that in the chapter, see that in Corinthians 6, 12 through 13. And I'm going to read this verbatim. Food is meant for the stomach, and the stomach is for food. And God will destroy both one and the other. The body is not meant for sexual immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. So getting one's sustenance, you need that to be able to take care of your body. I don't need to buy that party size bag of potato crisps at Sam's Club or Costco. That's not sustenance to me. I need real food. I still am. If given the opportunity, I am a volume eater. But back in the day, I would eat volume going from fast food place, go to McDonald's, go to Wendy's, go to Burger King. No, not Burger King. I hated Burger King. That was my opinion. The meat didn't taste right to me. Must have been the flame broiled aspect. To Kentucky Fried Chicken, to Arthur Treacher's. I would go to all these places and eat all the things until I was fine. But my problem for me was emotionally, I was a wreck. And I was trying to take my emotions and just shove food in my face, fill my gullet full of the emotions, and not stopping and realizing what the problem was. What is the problem? Is it the food that I'm eating? And food was way different in production back then in Bible times. In the 60s, it was different. They say that often on many podcasts, ask to see a picture from the 1950s beach, any beach. You're going to see people laying around, very svelte pictures of svelte people. Nowadays, you go to a beach and you see extremely overweight people with not one picnic basket. Yogi Bear, picnic basket. No, you have coolers full of booze, beer, wine coolers, Carbonate, or that new Carb Bliss, that drink. One cooler jammed to the hilt full of alcohol. The other cooler jammed to the hilt of candy, and they bring along tote bags of chips. People are thinking about spending the entire day at the beach, eating from the minute they arrive until the minute they go home. I don't have to be entertained like that anymore. I also would not be seen found at a public beach. Even looking what I look like today, I still have the rolls, the bags, and the sags, and the cellulite, and all the things. But I'm self-conscious. I understand God put me on this earth without clothes. I don't have a problem going to the resorts that Jack and I go that are clothing optional. Don't have a problem laying in my own house in the middle of a forest outside until somebody comes in my property. Then I'm grabbing that robe. Modesty. I'm still a Christian girl that likes to lay out in the sun, getting all the vitamin D all over my body. Nobody is to look but my husband, and nobody will touch. Nobody. Lainey is saying, I'm sad. She's here nodding away at my description of the pasta. That's true. So true. They're all beautiful. All the cakes and everything. The pictures of cookbooks are beautiful. I'm looking forward to getting the Chris Cooking Nashville book just to look at the pictures too. I find it so stinking easy to grab meat, salmon, a can of sardines, anything, and just eat that because I'm really hungry. I no longer have to stop at the 7 different restaurants in Eau Claire to eat and then drive home with a pint of Culver's custard and eat that as my dessert on the way home. No, because I know what it's going to do to my body. And that dopamine hit, woo, some wicked stuff. Dopamine hit also affects people insofar as the pornography is concerned, talking about risky business. Pornography is risky, isn't it? It gives you a false interpretation of love. Pardon me, I have to cough. Pardon me, thank you. It gives you a false interpretation of love, of beauty, of what you think $ EX is supposed to look like. Is it supposed to be that way? The Bible clearly tells me that once I look upon anyone, once one looks upon another one with not the proper pure intentions, that one has already committed a sin with your eyes. I'm not intending anyone to commit a sin looking at me up in an airplane, a Piper Cub that travels all the time above my house. Because people, rich people, live on the lake and they fly in all the time. If they catch that 2-second glance of me laying in my backyard, it's not intended. It's not my intention to have people look at me. It's not my intention to be a what do they call that? Only fans only, whatever that pornography site is. In the same breath, you would think pornography, the Playboy days, those magazines have been around since who was the first Playboy? Marilyn Monroe in the Playboy? But I don't think she was naked. I don't look at those magazines, but I think Marilyn Monroe was one of the first Playboy pictures in the magazine. I think. And you think automatically pornography equals men, equals debauchery, equals. It starts out as looking at the Sears catalog. Remember in the 60s when we got the Sears catalog in our houses and the guys would look at the bras? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Guys would look at the bras and that was their pornography. Or if they didn't grab their dad's Playboy magazine or Hustler or whatever those magazines were back in the day. You know what the female version of that is? Those romance novels. Because who was the guy? I forget his name. The long, flowing, blonde-haired guy that he got on a horse and said, "I can't believe it's not butter." Him. You find that type of person, that look of a man with the bulky, like muscular build men, and these long-haired, flowing women riding off into the sunset on a horse. Romance novels. That's the female version of pornography. If you get wrapped up into that with these women that are just, oh, I have to find out what happens to Bill and Emily in this pornography romance novel. I don't need that. I don't have time to read. I I have my ocean devices on me as work. This is the extent of my entertainment while I'm working, diligently working, because my hands belong to my employer from 10 in the morning until 10 at night again this week. Praise God, I am off for 4 days, everybody. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I go back on Tuesday. But I really needed this rest. Let's catch up on the chat a little bit, because I'm rambling. I'm doing a squirrel moment. I have to bring myself back down to reality. Patricia says, emotional eating. I had that problem. I would eat, and the food wasn't for substance, but rather comfort. Now I eat for my body. 100% true that. That's right, Fabio. That was his name. When I think of Fabio and I think of that commercial, I can't believe it's not butter. I see him on those romance novel, the pictures, the muscle buff guys. Lainey says, I'm making so much sense. I think naked women in books and online, etc., is so degrading. Absolutely. I don't get it. Probably just about the money. Right. And I think that's what that OnlyFans thing is. You subscribe to it to what? Look at a naked woman. I don't know what they do. I don't know. This is what I think it is. I think you subscribe to them to see them doing acts, ACTS. That's what I think it is. I don't think you subscribe to them to watch them clean the house. Though I understand there are people that will come to your house to clean your house naked. It's a thing. Don't ask me. I haven't done it. I've heard of it. No. Hey, hi. Donna's here, the birthday girl from Friday. Happy birthday and 2 days to you, Donna. Glad to have you here. Hello. And there's Mason, Carnivore Queen. We were talking about that at Barbara's channel yesterday. She says that after she did the carnivore songs for Healing Humanity, that was the first song she made for a person other than carnivore, other than other people. I was her first song. Carnivore Queen. She's a carnivore queen. That is me. I should probably post that because Barbara allowed me to post it. Yay. I think I'm going to assume that people are coming now from Carnivore Church. I've been on now for just over an hour. So George will probably be bugging Lainey saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? Lainey saying hi to Mason. Lady Lainey. That's what I call her too. Hi, Donna. Hi, Alicia, says Patricia. Hey, Donna, it's my birthday on Friday. Get out of here. Your birthday this Friday? Well, hallelujah. Ooh, I'm going to remember that so that when I get on doing the live, I'm going to sing happy birthday to Lainey. I have to write that down. Lainey's birthday. Uh, 24th, right? Is that the 24th? 24th. I think that's 7 days. No, 24, 23, 22, 22nd, 24th is Sunday. Next Sunday, I want to have an open panel just to remind folks that may or may not know this. Next Sunday, I want to do an open panel because when I was a Catholic, they used to call it Pentecost Sunday, which is when Jesus appeared to the disciples in the Holy Spirit and came back to the disciples in that regard. So I want to have an open panel and talk about faith, talk about God at whatever level you are at. I'm a former Catholic. I was raised the right way. My parents spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of time on my hands and knees, on my knees with rosary in hand. I can say the Latin Novena and keep up with the rest of them. I sang in choirs, all the things. I want to have a respectful discussion about God, not saying this is not going to be oh, I'm a Catholic, therefore you need to believe the way I believe. Or, no, I'm a Episcopalian, this is the way. No Satanism. No, that is not allowed. That's the only no. But let's get together and talk about the spirit. I'm going to have open panel. If things come across my mind that I take notes in doing, as I have done this past week about things to talk about, I'll address them. But I want to leave it open to everybody. Experiences, your walk with Christ. How did you become to find Christ? Were you like me, a person born in a certain denomination and now you're a different denomination? Not a bad thing. Not at all. Let's go back to the chat here. A lot of hellos. Lainey will be 61 years old. 61? Your baby. Mason said, she stole my carnivore queen. I told her one night, Barb, don't steal my words. See you writing. She bent over laughing. Barb is good with writing things down. When she gets it like me with writing my notes down on the Post-it pads at work. I've opened the door before when I was at my house. I lift the back door up because I'll bring in the milk or whatever. Click the back door, open my passenger door to grab my purse out, and all my notes just flew. In the middle of the night, I thought, there's a whole day of thoughts out in the driveway. I'm not running around the forest to collect all the sticky notes. That ain't happening. More hellos. Which night, Mason, you're asking? Next Sunday, this time, 12 noon. I know it's competition for George and the Sunday school and John, but you guys can come on afterwards. So from 12 noon Central Standard Time, next Sunday, we're just going to talk about faith, the Holy Spirit, Pentecost Sunday. In the Catholic Church, it's called Pentecost Sunday. That's what made me think of it. Okay, more hellos. Okay, I'm going to go back to the notes real quick. Or do I have to refer to the Bible? Should I refer to the Bible in my meat stick? I think I went through the Proverbs because I read this in Proverbs this week also. Proverbs 20. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. Now, family issue. Family remembrance. I don't remember this. This was told to me as a little girl. My grandpa was a bootlegger. My grandpa had a bar and he transported booze. Made a lot of booze for the Chicago boys. Use your imagination for that one. Made gin and vodka in bathtubs. in big barrels, whatever he could to the trucking company would come, he would transport it to wherever. Cash was king. If you know, you know. The mother's side of the family, they were big time drinkers because of the business, the bar business, and the brawling. Fights ensued all the time because of drinking. I was never into that. I wasn't a fighting broad. No. Uh-uh. Nor would I ever fight over a man because of alcohol. Go to a bar, you want to dance with her? You go right ahead. I have to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm out of here. See ya, toodaloo. Okay, ooh, the chat just jumped right out. Jumping, jumping. Jumping, jumping. Chat, hi, Patricia. Hey, there's Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. I hope you guys had a good Sunday school with George. I hope so. Mason says she's going to come on. I hope you will, Mason. I hope you and Sharon come on because you're my faith sisters. I know that for a fact you are. And I can say many other people that I want to have this faith talk with next Sunday on Pentecost Sunday. You don't have to be Catholic to talk about the Holy Spirit or Jesus in your life. Let's just do it. Sorry, got busy heading out for a meal with Lynn. Take care, all. Bye, Ricky. Take care. Best hugs and kisses you know to Lynn. Our keto kitty. Love that, Lynn. Donna saying, hi, Lainey. Happy birthday. In case I don't see you before Friday. Lots of birthdays in May. It sure does, doesn't it? Yes, I will be on Dare to Dream here. Absolutely. Hello, George. Hi. No, George, oh my goodness. No Sunday school for the next 2 Sundays. You said that to me yesterday. George, I'm 65 years old. I'm an old woman. Respect me. I forgot. Love you, George. To love you. Sharon, hello. And a very happy birthday to you, Donna. George, we meet again. So where were you guys at 12 noon today? Hey, Donna Ray. Thank you, Lainey. Have a great time at my new age so far. Excellent. Michael saying, hi to Bacon Runner. Hi to Donna. Hi there, Michael. Mason's just giggling because she knows me. She gets me. She knows me. You see my nails? You don't know. I did these nails, glue-on nails. Yeah, they're holding up pretty well, but I haven't gone to work. I figured I'm off for 4 days. Let's do a little girly girl stuff. I think I need to do more girly girl stuff too. Just saying, because sometimes you need to get a facial, and you might, if you're going to do a facial, you might as well do it on YouTube. Isn't that right? You might as well. Sunday school, that's right. Yes. The next 2 weeks after George says there is not. Okay. Like I said, Sunday school is for the intelligent people. People like me. Because I'm me. They come here because they like me, not because I'm intelligent. Sometimes lacking. Is this the right way? Is it this way or is it this way? Lacking loser. Oh my goodness. I'm going back to the notes now. Got to go back to the notes in this little lull. Oh, phones is a dopamine hit too. I wrote that note down from one day this past week. The dopamine hit you get by scrolling, mindless scrolling. I don't mindless scroll. I call it fake book. I know Terry doesn't like it. I like to catch up with people. For example, my nephew's daughter. I never met her in person. They live in Georgia. She graduated high school. So he had pictures there. So, of course, you have to heart it, like it, make a nice comment. Congratulations, Jenna, all the things. My family does not follow me on YouTube. It's okay. It's quite all right. I understand. But that's an instant dopamine hit for many people doing the scrolls, doing the likes, seeing all the things. To me, it just doesn't bring me happiness. Happiness is the engaging part with people. My majority of friends are in southeastern Wisconsin, where I grew up. I was transplanted up here because this is my husband's retirement dream to come to Northwest Wisconsin, where he had vacationed all of his life because grandpa had a property not that far, maybe 5 miles away from us, up here right now. Donna. Oh, thank you, Mason. Though I sure could use a facial treatment. I'll just leave it at that. You are a whip. I'm a whippersnapper. Thank you, though. Thank you, Mason and Lady. You guys are so kind. Sunday school just finished and broke up for 2 weeks holiday. Woohoo. There we go. It was my moment of duh, Jerry moment. Yeah, the part of risk for me, I wouldn't want to jump out of a plane. I don't like heights. I don't like to climb the ladder to clean out the rain gutters. That's too risky for me, especially now because of a hip surgery. I'm very cautious. I don't want to break the new hip or ruin the right hip that God gave me. I need the right hip because I need to be able to drive. But I don't seek out these things for dopamine hits anymore. I don't have to seek out and travel and go to 6 different restaurants. I'm not a mm, I'm not a stressy person. I don't thrive on coming onto YouTube wanting to get into all the drama and all the business. I don't keep up with the fashion trends. I buy whatever's on sale. I still wear some of my big clothes, slow but sure. I used to have so many clothes. Now, like the Christian shirts that I wear, used to wear, still do wear, the ones that were the 3Xs. I've got rid of the 4Xs, burning them mainly, all my 4Xs. But the 3X Christian shirts or the political shirts that are way too big on me, it just makes me look like I'm in a burlap sack when I wear them. I'm now giving those to the people at work, boys and girls, guys and girls, that are into whatever the political messages or the religious messages, and they're heavy set and they want to be able to wear the shirts. That's fine with me. I know that I spend a lot of money for those shirts. When you go to the Christian bookstore, you get those shirts at the Christian bookstore or go online and order the shirts. I know Terry girl, I got her turned onto a shirt that her and I were once wearing it the same day, as a matter of fact. George said, here, we had an incredible Coach Lisa Picard on tonight. Yes, she used to blow things up for a living. I can't wait to watch that. I watched her post to George. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I met her at Carrie's place last year. I don't know all of her story. That's why I'm looking forward to hearing her story. I know that she travels in an RV. I'm going from things that I remember hearing bits and pieces from last year when we went to Carrie's Theater. I know she travels in an RV. I know she does her coaching business. I know she wears orange. Her business, the orange is behind her a lot. I know she wears pearls because I like to wear pearls too. You guys know I'm always clutching my pearls. Right, Mason? Clutch the pearls. Oh, oh no. Gasp. She made a comment yesterday about her coaching. She wants to give out, if people would check that short that she put onto YouTube, she wants to give out a free coaching lesson. So I thought, just like we all do in the business, or the few of us that do a free coaching session, the initial one, I thought, you go, girl. I like Coach Lisa a lot. I like it. I like her when I met her, but I don't know her whole story. And I'm absolutely, George, looking forward to seeing that on the replay. Not in double time either. I'm going to listen to it at normal speed and hear all about her and all of her story about blowing things up. Let's see what else George says. Oh, Lainey says this. She says George thinks he can now come in and interfere in our chat because Sunday school is finished. I'm a moderator and I may ban him to the naughty bin. I love your humor. I love the love that you and George have, and the fact that you guys have came from so much together, in good and in bad, in sickness and in health. It's a blessing. It's a blessing seeing all this. I'm so happy for the truth. I'm happy that you guys are my friends. I appreciate you. I'm just checking out my last of my few notes that I have here. Yeah, dopamine sure can be a blessing insofar as us right now in our proper way of eating, the real way of eating, unlike the 5 restaurants that I traveled through and got that big hit. And I can't tell you, if I'd have to say, shoot, if I'd have to pinpoint how many carbs I used to eat in the standard American diet, I would say easily 600 grams, easily a day. Yes, that was a lot of carbs because it wasn't all food. Easy to drink the carbs. Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, you name it, the malteds, the Starbucks, Frocacino, Macchiato, whatever they call them at Starbucks. How many hundreds of calories are those? Probably bumping a good 100 grams of carbs with all the sugar, no doubt. So, yeah, dopamine is a blessing now in our way of eating. But back then, boy, that was a curse. I used to be a smoker as well. And I joked yesterday in a chat. I said that I used to be 5'12", and somebody clapped back to me and said, Jerry, that's 6 feet tall. I said, no, my mother always said girls are never supposed to be 6 feet tall. So you were 5'12". That's how I introduced myself to Jack when he asked me. We did a dating, for those of you that watched the dating video when Jack told the story about how we met each other. Look that up in my channel. It's a good giggle. You'll appreciate it. And you'll get to see my husband Jack and me when we both were super fat in that video. That's worth watching. Just to see the fatness of the two of us. Ooh, look at the comments are flying. Hey, Smoothie. Hi, how art thou? I hate to tell you, Lainey, but I'm a moderator too. We have a Mexican standoff here. oh, things will be flying now. This will be good. Hey, everybody's saying hello to everybody. Yes, coconut. You may be down to 2 in a minute. Get him, lady. We know you are the boss. I smoked, I quit too. Really? Are you as tall as I am, though, Mason? Well, I was 5'12". Back surgeries, hip surgeries. I am just under 5'10". I know Lainey is tiny, teeny tiny, only 5'3". You look tall on the video. When I see you, you look tall. Doing well, Jerry. Thanks. Excellent. I am glad that you are. Love you and Jack together in your video. Really great one. Oh, good. I'm glad you saw that. No. Okay, you're not tall either. You're 5'7". I think that's considered average. See, Lainey, I think would be construed as petite, and then you would be average 5'7". So right now I am just a hair, a skosh under 5'10". No longer wear the high heel shoes. I gave those away. I kept a pair in patent leather. Let me tell you a little story. If I didn't tell you this Catholic story, it was a story that decades ago. The priest at the time, my mother told me this story, of the church that she went to, said that the girls could not wear patent leather shoes because the boys could see up your skirt. Ask me if you can see up a girl's skirt wearing patent leather shoes, folks. You can't. That was the insanity that they taught to my mother back in the day, years. My mother was born in 1921. Take that for whatever it's worth. They also said, the priest said, that white blouses, we used to call them Peter Pan collars, the Peter Pan collars, what they were like back in the day. White blouses made the boys think of bed sheets. Come on, Monsignor. Oy vey. Cool. Good to keep a pair just in case. Yeah, just in case. I think Coach Lisa said she is 5'4". Yep, I thought she seemed to me to be average, but she was on stage too, so she always comes across as much taller. She does. A huge personality, same as Kilts, who is 5'6". Absolutely. Absolutely. Mason, I'm sure you're talking about the patent leather shoes and the white blouses. OMG. Wow. Patricia, you used to smoke 3 packs a day and eat everything in sight. I am now 5'2". You used to weigh 336 pounds. Like I said, I was killing myself. I quit smoking first. Me too. Well, I quit and then I went back. So I wishy-washy, but I also lost 163 pounds, gained it back, and then lost it again too. But now I'm smarter. I'm smarter in my older age at 65. That was easier by far than quitting carbs, but I did. You are 100% correct, Patricia. Yes, it is. Quitting smoking was easier. The sugar, the addiction of sugar, that's hard. That was hard. My ex-husband said this too. I wrote this as a note here. It's funny that yesterday, after Kelly talked, and then I mentioned my ex-husband, the alcoholic, that had more than likely succumbed to alcoholism or some type of disease to be found dead in his home by the Milwaukee Police Department doing the wellness check. He used to say also that it's not a sin to eat everything, and that the Bible says everything is meant for our consumption and pleasure. So everything from the Garden of Eden, which I call the Garden of Eden, but it's Garden of Eden, not to be confused with Juliet. The Garden of Eden, I think now as a carnivore, was made for the animals, plants for the animals. That's because I'm a carnivore right now. Adam and Eve were clearly told, do not eat of the tree of knowledge. Do not eat of that, Eve. She listened to the snake. She did not listen to her husband. And furthermore, the husband, where were you? You were supposed to be there for her. Sticking to your guns. Don't be eating from that tree. Do not eat from the tree. We'll catch up with the chat. Hey, hi, Sonny's here. Hi, Sonny. I caught you live yesterday. I enjoy watching you driving like I drive. I enjoy it. I like hearing your story. It was a good catch up for me yesterday, Sonny, watching you. She says, hi to everybody. Yes, we are proud of Patty. Patricia, I always call her Patricia. Maybe it's because of the word that's always on the screen, Patricia Butler. Patricia, how do you like to be referred to as? Pat, Patty, Patricia? I'm not going to call you P-Dog like the kids say these days. Hi, Sonny. Hello, and hello to everybody. Yeah, that's Alicia, Sonny. Her name is Alicia, but we all call her Mason. Few people will call her Alicia. I call her Mason, though she goes by both names. Now, Patricia is saying she still needs to lose another 50 pounds. At 78, I still weigh 249. I am healthier, but I have a way to go. Fabulous, Patricia. You will do it. You will. And I know, no doubt, that you feel much better. I love that you caught my eye. Me too. That I could actually see it. It popped up in my feed that Sonny is doing live, and I hit on that. And then I lost internet connection, and then I had to come back on, and then I watched you doing the grocery shopping, and you were talking about somebody leaving you a bad report. Who does that? That's like the thumbs down on videos. I think if you don't like it, don't thumbs down. Just scroll on by. Or if you have something negative to say, whoever, don't do it. Just scroll. Scrolling. Sonny, all say Mason, but if you prefer Alicia, either way, she says. It doesn't matter. Okay, Patricia. I'm just so used to calling you Patricia. So when I see Patty, I think, uh-oh, I wonder if they're closer friends. Okay, Alicia, I'll remember Mason better. Right. That's how I remember her too. Me too, Patty. All here together, sweetie. Oh, yes, a 1-star, and I am a good shopper and a delivery person. I would believe you to be that type of diligent, fastidious, good shopper. If they give you a list of what specifically to look for, I can see you picking out the perfect banana without a blemish in there. If you know, you know. I can see that. Sonny, is your YouTube channel the same as your name? Yes, it is, Lainey. Sonny Chronicles. It really is. She does a lot of videos like me. I see her in the car more often than not. And as she says, she's a personal shopper. I shall find you and sub to your channel, Sonny. Excellent. See, now we're getting all these subs and all these new friendships built together. So, as I was rambling about the ex-husband, all foods are meant for our use and consumption. He said that was his justification to smoke dope, because that was a plant, marijuana. It wouldn't be bad if God didn't make it and create it, would it be? It wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? Yeah. Satan still rolls about this earth, seeking the ruins of souls. At least that's what I think. Other things, yeah, and lawful too, is marijuana something that was eaten first initially by people, and then it got dried like cigarettes, tobacco, same thing. It's all a plant, right? Don't take my bean juice, the coffee away though. I need the bean drink. 1 12-ounce cup for me today. Thank you so much. Pardon me. I wrote this down from Corinthians too. 1 Corinthians 10:23-16. All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up, will build you up. The part of the Bible that I was referring to about the meat market, here I have the exact scripture here from Corinthians 10:23-25. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor. Eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the ground of conscience. Now, that was my Dr. Barry spin-off thing. It made me think. I thought, I have a Google Echo, a TV Google where it shows a display and shows videos and all that. So, not Google, Alexa. So I asked her this morning about what I just read, that part of the Bible. And this is what Alexa said. The Bible addresses meat markets in 1 Corinthians 10:25-31. Paul advises eating anything sold in the meat market without raising questions of conscience, stating, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. However, he adds that if someone points out the meat was offered to idols, it is best not to eat it to avoid causing others to stumble. And my take on it was the discount meat. If it was cheap, pardon me, if it was cheap, but it was killed up as a sacrifice up in the temple, like Dr. Barry says, do you eat meat for sustenance, or are people eating it saying, well, it was killed, given as a sacrifice, I can't eat it because it offends my religiosity? Well, if that would be the case, and I would know that it would offend your religiosity, I wouldn't eat it in front of you. I wouldn't go nanner thing. That's how I took it. But if that's all you can afford is the discount meat, like was sold in the town of Corinth, where Paul so happened to be there at the time. I like bringing these Sundays and my religious stories. I like bringing it down to very simple talk, because if I would read verbatim from the King James Bible version, to me, I would be falling asleep. It would be very boring. I like picking up the Bible wherever God leads me in that day. Sometimes I look for things deliberately. I pray, Lord, I'm having this hard time today with whatever I'm having. Guide me in my reading today. And I just open and start reading and feel absolutely refreshed. Or I'll remember those stories about Jonathan, what I talked about last week in the Bible. and David, best of friends. Yes, to be in a relationship with someone that, to me, if that's all they want to do is go and eat at pizza buffets all the time, and I want to stay home and eat steak, I don't think we'd be very equally yoked in our regard to food. And I think as long as we are equally yoked in our belief system is good. There was somebody yesterday in one of the chats where she said downright, I didn't want to be carnivore. She became carnivore in support. I didn't get to listen to their whole story, so I'm not, it's their story to be able to tell. I think someone else brought this up yesterday in the chat. If our children go to high school and they have the high school lunches and the cafeterias and they bring their lunches and they have the Lay's potato chips and the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, it's hard unless you raise them from a small child, like Kelly Hogan, for example. That's a good example. She's been doing this carnivore way of eating for all of her children's lives. So she brought them up eating a carnivore way of eating. Does she tell them you can't eat candy? I would assume she doesn't have it in her house or in her pantry. I know that her husband enjoys a potato or a salad. The children have vegetables with their diet. But as other people have said, what is the number? If you are 75% carnivore, 80, 90% carnivore, and you occasionally, like me, have a pickle or an olive, you're still carnivore. It's just, for me, something to have a pickle with a fatty piece of pork that's been in the slow cooker all day. It just cuts the fat to me. I love the fat, but it's that little punch of vinegar, and delicious, delicious. Okay, I better be jumping here. Uh-oh. Guys, I have to go to work, says Sunny. I'll be listening, Jerry, as I drive. Nice chatting with you. It was good to see you. Thank you for hopping in for these moments. I appreciate you, and I hope to catch you very soon as well. Go back up to the live. Sunny says, a good veggie and a fruit picker. I believe you to be that. She says, thanks, lady. Mason just subbed to you too. Fabulous, Mason. Excellent. George is saying we are celebrating finding a new carnivore and a Kilt's Mighty Tribe member here in our hometown. Wow. We had a lovely day out with her yesterday. It's so amazing to welcome a new friend just 1.5 miles from us. George, it seems as though you and Lainey are conveniently located to your favorite restaurant, being just a stone's throw away. Morrison's, the grocery store, again, the opposite way, stone's throw away. And now finding this friendship, that's what I think about YouTube. God is putting all of you, the chitters, the chatters, the friends, the subscribers, the members, in front of me, in place to be my friends. I consider you all to be my friends. The friendships are going to build. Eventually, we will meet Lainey and George in Michigan, and then the circle will be complete. And we'll remember what that was like the first time I grabbed Lainey and I hugged her neck and just squeezed her as tears are going down my face. And George is looking at us crying too. I can picture that all happening. And I'm so excited and I can't wait. It just seems like so long that we have to, but it'll go fast. The summer, I think, is just going to fly. Lainey, I love bean juice. How about tea? I love tea and bean juice. George, that is awesome. And Sonny went to work. Good to meet you, Sonny. Have a good day. Please remember the thumbs. Thanks, Mason. I appreciate you again. When the prodigal son returned, his father didn't celebrate with a fatted carrot. Yes. Truth. True that. Truth, truth, truth. Cultural differences in the UK. Lay's potato chips are known as Walker's Crisps. Same product. Interesting. But is it with the seed oils, George? Asking for a friend. I have tried one chip. I picked up a bag because I took it to work. Did I take it to work or did I have it for Jack? Both. I have tried one of the Costco tallow chips, crisps. It was okay. It was just okay. I made them for Jack with potatoes in the deep fryer here in our house. Today I have some tallow. Do I have tallow or lard? No, I have lard. That I'm making myself some heart attack chicken for dinner myself today. But I have made because he likes the potatoes. So I have made him the potato chips in the tallow, much better hot than the one chip that I tried out of the bag, which was cold. Ugh. Greasy, the Lay's, the greasiness on the top of your tongue, motor oil, I call it. The UK are starting to remove all processed food, crisps, sweets, puddings, etc. from the school menu. Yes, you're far ahead of us, for certain. That's true. Hi, Amy. It's okay to be late because we're going on. Jerry and her squirrel moments. We're rambling. And I hope you had a wonderful walk. I hope you did. Was it one of those river walks that you did that I saw you last time? Because that was a fun walk. I enjoyed that one. I consider you my bestie, Jerry. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you, Dolly. Hi, Amy. True friends. Friendship. It's the perfect blendship. When other friendships have been forgot, ours will still be hot. Razzle dazzle dazzle dig dig dig. Remember that song? It's going to be a big hug festival. You know it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Hi, Amy. Hi, Smoothie. I barely made it. Hello, late too. That's okay, because Kathy is here. Kathy will be here. Kathy, thank you for coming on. You and Amy. Good to see the two of you. Amy, I'm actually going on live next Sunday with Jerry and the panel. Can you believe it? Yes, it's going to be fabulous. We're going to have a Pentecost Sunday, Amy. Please come and join us because next Sunday is in the Catholic Church Pentecost Sunday. So I want to have a panel on Sunday about Pentecost. Oh no, I'm not feeling well after all the stress this week, and it's hot out. My feet were swelling. I'm in the AC now. We had that for 2 days, Amy, here. And girl, I laid outside naked in the middle of my forest. Friday, the mail lady came. Thank God it was a woman, though. Nevertheless, I went. I'll strategically move my car so that I can be naked and nobody can see me if a delivery person comes. So I heard them coming, got up, wrapped the towel around me, which my towel is 8 feet long, wrapped the towel around me and walked out to the mail vehicle to get the mail and perfume that Jack ordered for me for Mother's Day finally came in, and it was 82 yesterday. So for the last 2 days, I have been gloriously loving it. We're cold now, Amy. It's not even 60 degrees. It's cold here right now. Cold. I'm so sorry. I hope you will feel better. Stay in the AC and drink plenty of fluids. Jerry, God in Kilts has entrusted us with a mission. It is not in our nature to dodge that trust by placing everything close to us. He has helped us on the road. 100% agree with you, George. Yes, I absolutely agree. Everything, Habakkuk 1:5, look and be amazed, for you are about to see something in your lifetime that if you were foretold, you would not believe it. I talked about that yesterday in the live, talking about foretold and crystal balls and all that stuff. My future is already set. I just don't know what's going to happen yet. It is what it is. It's set. I'm cool. And I mean, from the literal sense, it's cool down here in my basement. It's cool outside. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till next week, Mason. Oh, Jerry, I'm going to miss your live next week. We have church choir picnic after a Pentecost mass. I might be able to pop in for a few. Okay, then. Excellent. George, true. Get well soon, Amy. We care. You know we do. We surely do. It was weird. I started feeling overheated at the last mile. Not good. Do you take electrolytes and drink it with you as you're doing your walk, Amy? Just asking, just curious. I don't do power walks myself. I should probably start to at least walk to my mailbox box 6 blocks and do that as opposed to the convenience of driving to my mailbox when I come home. I have a female man here too. LOL. I get it. I get you. I love all these channels, but I feel that I am on YouTube too much. We think like that often, don't we? We really do. And I'll tell you, for mental health, they say to avoid this mindless scrolling, that's not good. I listen to a lot of YouTube as opposed to watching the YouTube. Yesterday, I watched Sunny do her job, her business, because she's a professional shopper. So I know she drives and does her YouTubes like I do, and a lot of talking and catching up with people. But I don't physically watch the Erin's. I watched hers. I can't listen to Erin because I feel as though I need the visual sensory for Erin's videos. I can listen to Erin as she does her chat on Thursdays, or she did this weekend Friday mornings. That I can listen to. But when I have the Ocean devices and I hear the geese in the backs and the ducks, I want to rip them right out of my ears. It's so loud. It's so overmodulated. Is that the right word? I'm using words I shouldn't even be using because I don't even know what that is. Sharon, if you're out there, I know you're cracking up. Oh, Amy says, no, I should have taken them, but I was filming LOL, so I didn't want to carry extra, but next time I will. Absolutely. Now I don't have these. I've seen these on guys. They have the clip on the side of their belt when they're walking. Or I've even seen it clipped on people's bikes, which I know his bike is different, but Rick will film in his pocket. He'll have the camera going, obviously, as he's riding his bike all over Miami, filming it that way. I understand what you speak of, Amy, trying to hold this and then drink and then trying to walk. I would fall over, Amy. I could not do all that either. I couldn't even have it attached to my hip. I would be a total klutz. I would be. Hey, Uncle Charlie, I cut butter out of my diet completely, Uncle Charlie. 100% no more butter? How about ghee? How about tallow? How about real fat? Or just do you only eat the fat that's in the food? Asking for a friend, Charlie. I'm concerned. LOL. Here we go. There's my friend Sharon. She's always correcting me, which I appreciate because I trust her. Yes, you used it correctly. Laughing at and with you, though. I know you were. That's why I made the comment. Sharon's with, oh, Jerry. I love it. Hi, George. Yes. Yes, Uncle Charlie. Thumbs up. Uncle Charlie, Mason is saying, I cut some too. It wasn't good with my GI if I ate too much. Absolutely. Uncle Charlie says my fat will be from bacon, eggs, and Wagyu beef only. Fabulous. Marvelous. Now, bacon dehydrated. This weekend, I have not made my usual typical 4 pounds of bacon. I'm off tomorrow too, so I can still make it. I still have time, though I have to take it out of the freezer. Now, I did make Kiltz's ice cream today, the base, and that's in my refrigerator chilling so that later on I will enjoy some sugar-free with the dogs. The sugared stuff for Jack is always separate, not sugar, allulose. He doesn't know. He doesn't have a clue. Or no, is this the allulose? Did I even have this? Or is it golden stevia? Whatever. It's sweetened with not sugar for Jack. And me and the dogs, we like it sweet, just as natural cream can be from Costco. I have not left the house since Friday. I love this. I have to go tomorrow to the dentist. One of my crowns has a warranty on it. There's a gap that's causing all the meat to stick. I mentioned that when I had my teeth cleaned. I wasn't whining or crying about it. The doctor looked at it and said, oh, yes, I can see. That's under warranty. I felt like I was in a car dealership. We'll get you covered. That's under warranty. We'll take care of that. No cost to me. Bonus. So that big chunks of food won't get stuck up there all the time. I cook the bacon, then fry my eggs in the bacon oil. Yes, that sounds fabulous. Amy, I have had lymphedema in my legs. Hospital gave me compression socks to wear. They really help to control the swelling. Awesome. Awesome, says Mason. Laney, I might have to use them if my feet keep swelling. Absolutely. When I had the ablation, they call it, when they burn your veins, ablation, they gave me the stockings to use, not to the knee, all the way up to the thigh, but I got the pantyhose. Now, back in the day as a realtor, that's all I wore was pantyhose because, well, I first started buying and selling real estate in 1981. I graduated in 79. We wore pantyhose all the time. So for years, it just wasn't the egg legs. Remember the egg pantyhose? And they were sold by a company called LEGGS. And it was in a paper container. And you'd open it up and there was a big egg. And you'd open up the egg and there were the pantyhose in there. Well, they sold support eggs, legs, pantyhose back then. So that's all I wore was support hose all of my life until I moved up here. That's when my legs started getting wonky with the varicose veins and all the things. So I still have the support hose from when I was heavy set which would be easy for me to put on right now that I've had hip surgery because, well, they're a little bit bigger, but now it's summertime again. It just made me think after Delaney's comment and Amy concurring with that comment that I think I could get mine out as well. I think I should. I think I would, though getting it out in the summer, yikes. Yikes. Jerry, record the ice cream video. I already made the base, Mason. All I'd be doing is pouring it in there and it just whirs and no, I already made it. Sorry. Meaning made the base. But to record the thing spinning, no, that would be boring. My right foot is worse because of the foot surgery. Right, Amy? My right foot is a problem. And when you said that you would never have gone and done that surgery again, it just affirmed to me that mine will flare up when I would deviate or eat something that had seed oils unbeknownst to me, something from a restaurant, live and learn, and it would be the same thing. My right foot would act up. So, with that being said, I just said, I'm just not going to do it. Too small of bones there, in my opinion, for them to be able to get it perfect. My spine, I believe the surgeon did an excellent job on my spine, big back. She has moved down to take care of the little kids at the Danny Thomas Hospital, the Shriners Hospital, Danny Thomas Hospital, Marlo Thomas, his daughter. My hip surgeon, bigger bone. Again, it's just a matter of time before I will be 100% back again. But I don't think I'm going to do the foot surgery based on your experience. Top carnivores Stephanie Taylor, Louise Benning, Jonathan Griffiths, Lauren Tucker, all are within 2 hours of us. Another impossible coincidence. Yes, sir. Amy, my left foot on top is, I will put on compression socks in a few. Aha. Kathy says, I might try and make ice cream out of the keto chow. I bought single packs of coconut cream pie, malt, and butterscotch. Now, keto chow sent me, as a matter of fact, the coconut cream pie, malt, and what is it called? The orange sherbet, the creamsicle. They just sent those to me not that long ago. I will make them into ice cream shakes for Jack, and he doesn't have a clue. Clueless. Sometimes I have gone and given him the Kilt's ice cream with diet orange soda. He thinks he's having a dreamsicle, but it's a dream because the carbs are all of not even 5 if you add everything together. Kilt's ice cream that has eggs in it. Of course, cream has carbs, eggs have carbs, vanilla doesn't. I still have mine though. I might need a smaller pair. Mason did the thumbs up. Well, and I just got home from Vegas. Oh yes, yep. You were eating out every meal. Yep, that'll do it. Unbeknownst to us, we don't know when we go out to eat. We don't know. Kathy, good afternoon. Hi, Mason. Amy says, I'm sure that's why I'm swelling. Inflammation. I know that's a fact for me, Amy. I would probably concur with you. I would recommend orthotics before surgery. I did it backwards, surgery, then orthotics. Right. I got the orthotics in the shoes, and that helped. And then I got newer shoes, so I probably need to have newer orthotics made. But surgery, I don't think so, Amy. Definitely worth a try, Amy. They don't look good, but they help so much with the swelling. True. The hospitals will give the white ones out because, well, it's a hospital. I ordered the nude ones, which, like Lainey said, they don't look good, but they work. And if you want to get sexy girls, they make them in black. All you have to do is really know what your prescription is, what size you were fitted for, and you can order them on Amazon with the right size, but you got to get the right size. Now, those of us that know Amazon, you know. If they don't work, you can send them back and keep doing it until you find the right size that fits. Amazon is cheaper, but the first pair that I got from the Mayo Clinic store, that was a chunk of change. Those were the prescription fitted ones that I went right down to the store and I got them according to the doctor's prescription, perfectly fit for me. Those were fabulous. Didn't look good. They were nude. I wore long pants, but they worked. Kathy, Keto Chow ice cream is delicious. I'm not doing sweets right now, so I will try the Kiltz's ice cream. Good deal. Whoopsie. My hospital does all the colors. I have pink ones as well. I knew you would probably have pink. You and Amy are the pink girls. I can see it. I can. I did not know. I have not gone to the Mayo Clinic Hospital, but white, nude, and black were there. And I got the nude and the black at the Mayo Clinic Hospital. Kathy says, I only do more flavor keto chow when food is running low and restock. It's kind of how I food calculate. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, our friend Cindy DeManch, she has a literal library, perfect bins of almost every flavor of keto chow. One thing that I find, and my channel with specificity has a lot more carnivore people, though I do welcome and I don't ever diss the keto people at all because that's how I started. Amy's channel, Amy gets the keto and the carnivore people because everybody just loves Amy. My crowd is 16. People will jump to an Amy live before they will me. Facts. Look it up. It's the truth. Amy is the doll in our sphere. I have to strap up Henry the hernia every morning. My knees mean I walk very stiffly. None of us came here without a bumpy road behind us. Absolutely, George. That is why our community is important and we can share without fear. 100% true. Though I don't think I would be very comfortable. Even though I am a clothing optional person, I don't think I would be comfortable being clothing optional around you, George. Just saying. Lainey, Mason, sure. Amy, yeah. You, not so much, George. But that's me. I don't think you need to see my lumps and bumps, George. I am cracking everybody up right now. Here come the flying emojis coming up next. Golly, we've been talking for 2 hours and 8 minutes, everybody. And I went through all of my notes. I have no more notes to talk about from this week. The big thing for me is risky business. So I wanted to come up with a talk. Like, what am I going to talk about? What did I think about this week? What are some of the risks? What are some of the benefits? And then I just went with it. So I think this was a good talk for the next 2 weeks with no carnivore Sunday school. We'll see what's going to happen. Oh, next week, Pentecost Sunday. Pentecost Sundays next week, open panel. So for those of you, Lainey, hop on. Kathy, Amy's got something to do, but after she's done, she can hop on too. Michael looks like he's tired. Jerry, see, I told you, Lainey's going to be giggling. I said, I'm not going to be naked in front of George. Nobody needs to see that, George. And you don't need to see that, George. Lainey, that's okay if she sees it. We got the same stuff. Sure, you're a good judge of character with an admirable sense of self preservation. I know I am. Yes, sirree. It's been brilliant, Jerry. Thank you so much. You did great. Thank you. Great live. I will be on with you too. Fabulous. We're gonna have a lot of people on next Sunday. And I think I'll even invite the guys. What do you think? Danivore? Do you think I should have Danivore? Come on, Dan. How about Mitch? Do you think Mitch wants to talk religion? Come on. I'm waiting. Anybody? This is when the laughing emojis start flying. Do not under any circumstances tell him that I said this. Why am I saying this? This is on the World Wide Web. He's going to see it. They're going to timestamp it and send it to him, saying, she talked about you today. I'm not going on her religious channel. We're not going to talk about religion. Not George. Mason, no. In caps, she puts it. No, I know that. But Danivore, he's a Christian. And that I know. I get that from his videos too, as well. Mason saying, just women. Just the girls. Girls power. Girl who run the world. Girls who run the world. Patricia's right. No. I don't dare do that at all. Men hog most of the lives. They do. They want to put in. Yes, they do. I sent a prop gift to Rick. I sent him, here, I'll show you. Well, it wasn't this brand. I'm going to show you my Bible bookmark, the beef stick in Corinthians. I sent Rick, not this brand, a different brand, some meat sticks with the shipment of the cat food that I sent for the cats and Miss Kitty and Milton, because I wanted him to use it as a prop eating his meat stick, which looks like a cigar, a skinny cigar, while the boys were smoking their cigars, and he never used them. Rick, come on, Rick. Did you feed it to the cats? Did you even eat it? Did they forget to send it? I'll never find out, because he never used it as a prop. Asking for a friend. Ooh, here comes George. Time to go and study Pentecost. I need to be ready. I'll come in disguise. Let me guess. You got an extra wig around there? Who did that? Mac. Dave Mack. He does that. Absolutely. Just us ladies. LOL. Lady agrees. Just ladies. Ladies. I'm told I look very fetching. Just read it. Oh, George. Oh, my goodness, George. You kill me. You slay me. George, in his fetching evening gown, he'll be there. LOL, George. Hi, Bon. Hi, Bon. I'm just closing the show right now. I'm glad that you made it here, though. Thank you for coming on. Hi, Bon. Lainey says she's going to put a lock on our wardrobe door so we can't punch one of my dresses. Where is the meat stick gonna go? Let's see where God lead me. Where should the meat stick go? Now, that sounds disrespectful. Where am I gonna put the meat stick today? I can't put that in there. Get the Kleenex bookmark out. Let's see. We will put in Isaiah 51. Hearken to me who pursue deliverance, you who seek the Lord. Look to the rock from which you were hewn, and to the quarry from which you were digged. Wow. Good word to go out on. Meat Stick is going to stay there for right now. We're going to do the closing right now. Comments? Good Lord, George. George, that might work on Grandma's after hours. I've been watching on my TV. Oh, fabulous. Good. I'm glad. I am so glad. Good. LOL, Patricia. Patty, anything goes on Grandma's after dark. Sometimes it's still dusk and things are going on Grandma's. Just saying. No, lady. Meat Stick in a ball gown. Oh, yes. Oh, so fun. So good today. It was a good live. I am so glad that you all were here. Thank you so much for hopping on. I will see you next Sunday, Pentecost Sunday. I'm off tomorrow. It's still cool outside. What's on tomorrow? I don't know. I think I may have to get the vacuum cleaner out, Lainey. Oh, my Lord. I probably should. Lainey, what do you think? No. Patricia says no. I love you lots too. Love you all. Thank you so much for coming on. Hugs, kisses, best wishes, lots of love. Let's see, there's a comment here. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Mason. Thank you all for being on here today. Later, Jerry. Toodles, see you all later. Hugs and kisses, best wishes. Toodles. Ta-ta. Happy rest of your Sunday. See you soon.